So, Venom: The Last Dance, and this is a good way to end it. Hello there, namaste. I just finished watching Venom: The Last Dance, and I gotta say, this is a series that got better as it progresses. In the first one, the only thing that redeems it is Tom Hardy and Venom. Their relationship is the only thing worth, of note. In the sequel, Woody Harrelson, excellent job as Carnage. There are some issues in the story, but Woody Harrelson as Carnage, and then you have Tom Hardy and Venom, of course. And in this film, I love how it starts out immediately. It makes fun of the multiverse. It was like, the multiverse makes no sense. I'm glad we're done with this nonsense. Because remember, it ended with Venom going to another universe with Spider-Man. And guess what? He's talking to a bartender, and he gets sent back to his. And he's, like, happy about it. But immediately, he's on the run. And apparently, only a year has passed since he's met Venom. Not that much time has taken place. And it's a fun film. He's constantly being hunted. There are all these people in the shadows which are never really explained. So there's this organization. There's this guy who's basically sitting in a dark room with monitors all around him, who's giving commands to the general, who's in Area 51 and has even more control over the doctor who controls Area 51. And you never find out who that person is. You never do. And the ultimate bad guy, which they introduced at the beginning, is like the creator of the symbiote species. And this is the one thing that makes no sense to me, because remember, in the first film, Venom wanted to go out to space to send out a signal to make all the symbiotes land to invade Earth. That was the plan. That's why they stopped Raid from going up into space. And in this one, they crash land and are just trying to find a safe haven from their creator, who's now wanting to escape. Apparently, Venom and Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock, have a key that can release. And apparently, if you die and a symbiote brings you back to life, it unlocks a key to like the afterlife or whatever. And Eddie Brock is holding the key to let out the monster from the void. And one thing I gotta say I enjoy is it's not so much an ultimate monster type of thing where you fight the big boss. It's not, because in the end, he's only there for like 2, maybe 3 scenes, and that is it. The opening where he's like sends out his monsters, in the middle where he senses there are more, and then at the very end where he's like, oh, you're not done with me, your champions are whatever. And I just don't like how he's very, very humanoid, like even more so than the symbiotes. But I gotta say, I enjoy it because the bad guy is kind of the general. If you get down to it, he's the bad guy who refuses to accept that aliens are good, thinks these doctors are crazy because they're trying to build a relationship. These are invaders, and there's another invader hunting them. Let's just kill them all and be done with it. That kind of mindset. And he becomes the bad guy, even killing some of the good aliens, some of the symbiotes that are trying to assist them, because he doesn't see a difference until he ends up being saved by some of those symbiotes he was trying to kill as well. So in the end, he kind of has a realization, and well, he sees it at the very end of his line. But I do enjoy the film because it's not so much like a normal superhero film where it's the ultimate bad guy. You have to save the Earth. These have always been a little bit more down to earth. It's more about Eddie Brock and his struggles in his relationships or his friendships, or not understanding what other people want. Like in 2, it was like Carnage. All he wanted was a friend. He wanted to be friends with Eddie Brock because he saw like a kindred spirit, someone who ruined his life, someone who ruined everyone else's lives just because he was involved with them. And he wanted to be friends with them. And I gotta say, that's a pretty interesting way to do it. And in this film, it's just him trying to figure out where he is in life. Like, he's trying to get back to liberty, because it's like it was supposed to be welcoming foreign people to American soil, and it's like Venom really wants to see Lady Liberty. Really wants to see him, and that's the goal. That's their objective. He wants to take Venom to see Lady Liberty, and they just get roped into all this stuff because he's the one that's being hunted, because he and Venom possess the key, He's being hunted by the soldiers. He's being hunted by the doctors even because they want to talk to him, capture him and talk to him. The soldier wants to kill him. Of course, he captures them first after he says he kills him. And I gotta say, there is a scene which could have done so much more where Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy, actually takes a life. And it's like every other time, it was always Venom biting the heads off people and biting the heads off bad guys. In this one, he takes the life of a soldier in self-defense, but it doesn't seem like it resonates with him for long. Like he feels conflicted, and then it's gone. I gotta say, introducing the hippie family, that was kind of fun. That was funny. They have 2 kids. The daughter's like more of a she's aware of the world around her, unlike her parents. Like they just want to see aliens. They want to see aliens. The father is fascinated by aliens, and it's just a real fun dynamic. I enjoyed having that, and they're like doing a sing along in the car. The whole AC's bad for you. You shouldn't use it type of thing. Those kinds of crazies. Like okay, that's kind of funny. I enjoyed that. There's a lot of little aspects. There are little nuances in this story, like the doctor who lived the life her twin brother wanted because he died, basically saving her life. She was struck with a bolt of lightning, and she held his hand like right before. And, well, anyone knows how current passes. It struck her shoulder, passed down to her hand, and, well, went to her brother. And killed her brother. It passed through and she had no use in her arm. It's very interesting. I enjoy that. The little nuances here and there with the characters. Like there's one Doctor Christmas who just always wears like a Christmas tree pendant because it's July and she's wearing a Christmas tree pendant, and the soldier hates her. And it's like little things like that to build character. And she's all, I've told you about this. My mother made me this pendant, like before she passed or something like that. And it's like you get to know these people in small snippets of dialogue, and you like them. The way they look at things. And I gotta say, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a sequel because all the symbiotes die. But spoiler, the Christmas, she had collected like little pieces of each and every symbiote that she kept in a little container. And I'm pretty sure they're all still alive because they molt, whatever. But this film is fun. It's primarily the character development. It's a superhero film, but it's not. It's about primarily just everything going on around it. Everyone's dealing with their own struggles. Everyone has their own lives. Everyone has their own dreams. I was thinking the Doctor was going to be crazy, like in Let There Be Carnage, when the Doctor just died immediately, but she was keeping everyone hostage and imprisoned all those special subjects. Yeah, but I enjoy this series. I hope there will be another. I really do. Or just Venom will have cameos here and there and other things. But in the end, I don't. Because most of what Sony does isn't good, if we're honest. Venom was the one thing, and literally the only thing that carried on Venom was Tom Hardy in the beginning. If it wasn't for Tom Hardy, it probably wouldn't have been good. But other than that, I mean, I'm glad they got rid of Anne. I didn't even notice it halfway through. Mrs. Chen, the fact that they brought her back, amazing. Absolutely amazing. The way it was thrown in, it felt like out of nowhere, but it just worked. It really worked. They bring the officer back that died at the end of Let There Be Carnage. They brought him back, and I was like, why? I guess they wanted someone to talk to. I don't know. It felt a little forced. But in the end, this film is absolutely worth watching. I enjoy the character development, the struggle Eddie Brock has in trying to find a place in life. I mean, this has been an arc throughout every single film where they do the same thing. He gets Venom, doesn't want Venom, tries to get rid of Venom, ends up knowing he needs Venom. In the next one, the sequel, he gets rich because of Venom, doesn't want Venom anymore, gets rid of Venom and needs him back for Carnage. And in this one, he's still struggling with wanting Venom and not wanting Venom because his life was more peaceful, and now he's basically the most wanted man on the planet, at least in this universe. But I gotta say, I do enjoy this. It really does build up. It really does build up because I'm glad that there's no big boss fight at the end. Everyone kind of fights the dogs of the big bad guy. I guess that's the big villain. Everyone joins up, the soldiers, the doctors, the symbiotes, Eddie Brock, Venom, they all join up to fight the new invading force, which can just portal in out of nowhere. The one thing I have is just like, if he had the power to send people out all the time, well, why didn't he do that in the beginning? Force symbiotes to bring people back to life. But I don't know. I enjoy this series. I really do. It really does get better as it goes on, which is why I'm hoping they end it, but why I'm hoping I still see Tom Hardy as Venom, because I like Tom Hardy as an actor. I like how they hint at the fact that he was like the most sexiest man alive or whatever thing. You know, those not news articles, but like magazine articles that they publish every now and then, which is just voted by women, and the ones voted by men, whatever, for who's the most attractive female, who's the most attractive male. He's like, yeah, I've won those before, and I was like, oh, okay, I like how they hint at that. I enjoyed that. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Definitely worth the watch, the whole thing. The first film, second film, third film, really worth the watch. I'm glad. Like, one of the best things they did, got rid of Anne. Honestly, I did not like her in the first film. I did not like her in the second film, and well, she's no longer in the third film, so there's no one I don't need to like. Oh, one more thing. I am sad that we don't have Dan anymore. Dan was amazing in the first film. In the second film, he turned into a wimp at the beginning, and then he became a champion at the end. But he's not in the third film. Thank y'all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles!